Top of the morning to you. Do you have common sense? Do you have all of the common sense? I think common sense keeps getting thrown around because looking backwards, we can see 2020. Hindsight has that clarity of vision. And I'm like, why doesn't everybody have common sense? And as I dug into that thought, I started thinking about it. I realized common sense would fill volumes and volumes and volumes. There's this much common sense, and we can't consciously have it all. Our unconscious probably has it, but consciously we can't have it all right at the ready in the moment. We have common sense in the areas we prepare, the areas we train for, the areas we listen to, the areas that we think are important. It goes to the three circles of expand your territory or know your territory. What do you know about? What do you care about? And what can you do something about? And common sense fits in that know about area. There's common sense in these other two areas too. There's common sense everywhere, and we can't have it all ready in our hand. That's why we hear these, what? How did they even do that? What? How did that person say that? How did that person treat me that way? How did that happen? Questions in our head, because common sense should prevent all that. But the library of common sense is this big. They're all simple. They're all small. They're all, wow, that totally makes sense now, after the event has happened, after the challenge, after the mistake, after the miss of common sense. So what's the story here? I don't have a story. I wish I did. I should have thought of that exact specific story of common sense. But next time you feel burned, you feel judgmental, you feel above somebody, and that little voice in your head is going, well, if they had common sense, they would have never done that. That's just stupid. Pull out your grace. Pull out your grace card. Jesus pulled it out for us. Pull out that grace card and give that common sense and give the love that's needed in that instance. Here's the story. When I would sit at the bottom of the ski hill as a ski racing coach, which I did for 13 years, I would be there. The kid would do their training run, their practice run, and they'd come down and they would totally miss the thing they were working on. They would ski down and stop in front of me, and we would just nod. And they'd ski away. And another coach came to me one day and said, what's that? What are you doing? And I'm like, they know what they're working on. They know they missed it. I didn't have a big piece of wisdom to offer them. I just put out the grace that says, you know what you're doing, athlete. You are an expert. You are practicing this. You are here 5-6 days a week training to be the best you can be. There's nothing more to say. Sometimes I have something. Sometimes there's a glaring, not even glaring, there's a little tip that's going to make the difference. But sometimes it's not there. The athlete knows where they're at, what they're doing, and where they're heading, and just offering that grace. The common sense error person knows where they missed it. And we don't have to be the one to tell them. They probably know already. If they don't, we can deliver that with love and grace. More importantly, once they have it, how can we be love for them in processing the challenge, processing the error, processing the offense that they made against somebody, processing the damage that was done in a loving way to build God's kingdom. If you want to know all the common sense, sign up for my coaching because I can give it all to you. That's funny. That was a joke. That was sarcasm. There's this much common sense. And if you want to come together with a group of men in Mastermind to share common sense, have a place where you mess up your common sense that you can come to and say, I messed up my common sense. and have that loving, caring guidance together as Christian husbands, fathers, and leaders. Go to brian.chat and let's have a conversation about Mastermind. You be blessed.